Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Staying Forever Strong. Today I have life coach and a previous podcast guest, Meaghan Rewniak, on to talk about how she's staying strong during this crazy time and just in general. Hey Meaghan, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing? Holding up?
It's crazy. My kids miss going out. I took my son for a drive the other day. I had to porch pick up something from somebody else, and we backed out of the driveway, and he went, "Wee!" While we were backing out of the driveway. So, it's rough.
Oh.
But we're finally, we're up in Canada, so we're getting the nice weather. So, now that we can get the kids outside, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, we talked about off camera, but how here, because I'm in Michigan, a week ago it was 70 and yesterday it was snowing.
Yep. Yeah. That's like a typical day here.
Yep. Yeah, because Canada's probably pretty similar to Michigan since we're so close.
Yeah. We're really north in Canada though, so we're a little colder than Ontario and stuff like that. We get lots of snow and stuff like that. So we're in the melting phase, which the puddles are lots of fun. My son taught me a valuable life lesson yesterday because we went out puddle hopping and he would run through the puddles and then he would fall. And he would get up and he would go, "Okay," and then he'd get going again. And he probably did that 5 or 6 times. But finally I made him go home because he fell face first into a puddle, his hair was wet. He still didn't want to go home. He got up and he was like, "Okay," and I'm like, "No, let's go home, you're soaked."
Oh.
So he taught me a lesson yesterday about getting back up again.
Hey, you learn from kids are great teachers.
Oh yeah.
I also remember I learned, I think this was in one of my classes a long time ago, but a lot of times kids react like how you react. So if when parents are freaking out right after a kid falls, a lot of times they'll end up crying.
Yep.
Where if they're it's okay, then it ends up being not as bad.
My daughter Hannah, she'll fall, she'll cry, and she'll look at you if you're reacting, and if you're not, she just stops. Yeah, she's 1, so she's learning about all that reactive stuff. But yeah, if she cries and she looks at you and you know she's okay, she'll just stop and continue on.
That's so cute.
She's so funny.
Oh, I just love kids. But I don't have any of my own right now.
You can come borrow mine.
A little bit of a drive, but you can bring them through the camera.
They're watching Trolls.
Oh no, I meant just if you to babies or something, just bring them through instead of traveling.
Yeah, get your fix.
Yeah. So we've talked a lot before, but how it could be during this time right now, or even just in general, because we all have hard days, hard times. How are you getting through?
So right now, I feel like there's a lot of uncertainty in life, obviously. I don't know when I'm going back to work. I don't know, there's just so many things. I don't know when I'll be able to go to the grocery store freely again, things like that. So one of the things I've been doing is trying to focus on things that I can control. So I recently started a new workout plan. I've been doing a lot of baking because that's something that's in my control, right? And it's got a routine to it and stuff like that. So it's really been focusing on finding things that I can control in my life because there is such a lack of control right now, right? There's just so much uncertainty, and I would drive myself crazy if I sat around and just thought about everything that I don't know right now. So I have found it so helpful to just find those things that I can control. And I guess the other thing I try to remind myself is I will never have a time in my life again like this. So yes, it's stressful, but man, to be able to just slow down, not feel like I'm running from thing to thing to thing, especially as a working mom and an entrepreneur with 2 kids, I will never ever get this opportunity again to just really slow down, evaluate what's going on in my life, decide to have a coffee and Bailey's one morning because I don't have to run around. I will never get this time again. And I try and really remind myself that there's like a blessing in it, that this is a time that I can make changes and look at what normal was and look at what needs to be different about it. We will never have this opportunity to reevaluate our lives again.
Right.
And so I really like to focus on that, on like, okay, so this wasn't working 6 months ago. So how can I go forward with this now that like I'm restarting essentially? It's a fresh start in life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that. I think
Yeah.
that's such an amazing.
And even just when I have a bad day, like I often find that baking is like my thing, just because you shut your brain off, right? Like you don't have to problem solve really. I mean, the odd thing maybe, but like you don't have to problem solve. You follow these instructions, you get an end result. I feel really motivated and like whatever after, and when my kids eat it and they go, that's like the best part. Like, so that's kind of like my immediate thing that I do if I'm having a bad day. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bake something, or I'm gonna follow this recipe and whatever. And I've actually learned how to make so many things that I never thought I'd be able to make, right? Like we've had homemade pizza, I think 3 times since like I've been off. I've baked buns twice. I've made cinnamon buns. Like, yeah, like I've been really mastering stuff that I was like, I don't think I'm ever going to learn how to do this. Like, and I don't think I'm ever going to have time to do this. And like, really, I've learned that they're not as time consuming as I built them up in my brain to be. And I guess the other thing I've been working on too is looking at ways to improve the world around me. So I started a compost bin since being quarantined and different things like that. And I always watch out on Facebook. We have a community group for like our little community. And I always watch for people who need things that I have that I can like take to them. Like a lady the other day ran out of coffee, but she couldn't go out because she had a little baby. And I'm like, here, I'll grind you some. Like, where's your address? And I dropped off just like a bag of coffee. And, you know, that makes me feel better. And, you know, it's something that I know I'm doing to contribute to society still, because, it's so uncertain. And so you just got to keep yourself busy and positive. And I started another business, because why not? So I started selling Norwex just kind of as I wanted free stuff, but I don't know, it's been actually a really great way to connect with people, and you know, having a party and like really just like being on video and talking to people has been huge. Like, man, I've had wine nights with my friends and like stuff like that, just over like Zoom and Skype and stuff.
Yeah, Zoom's like the best thing.
Right? Even my family, my family all lives in Saskatchewan. So for Easter, we did like a Zoom, and we had like dinner and dessert together and stuff like that. And like, so we were still able to get together. What are you doing, buddy? And I have my little helper here, apparently. Do you want to come see? Come say hi. No, you can't go do dishes right now. He loves to play in the sink. Do you want to come say hi? Can you say hi? Take a look at. Yeah, that's a spoon. He likes to help me bake. He likes to mix and scoop and dump. Oh, that's loud. Oh, thank you. Are you putting on a show? Yeah, they keep this interesting too, this whole quarantine thing. But
yeah, I'm sure. Well, thank you so much for coming on and joining my show today. I loved hearing your answers and just how you're staying positive.
Thanks.
And this was another episode. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.